Hi, my name is Major Corey Richards. I'm the officer in charge of the Des Moines Medical Recruiting Station in Iowa. I've been here just a short 6 months, but my Army story actually starts back in 2001. I graduated dental school from Creighton University and went back to Idaho, my home state, and was gung-ho. I was ready to go. I was ready to save the world one tooth at a time. I went as an associate and worked for a few different doctors, and then decided I wanted to have my own practice. So in 2005, I started a practice from scratch. Took that leap of faith, a big loan debt, and bought a practice, or bought a building and started a practice. I loved being a dentist. I still love being a dentist, but I hated running a business and all the things that come with it and the stresses that come with it. Payroll, hiring and firing, ordering supplies, marketing. It just was exhausting to me. And I would come home oftentimes at the end of the day and just not want to be bothered. Just turn on TV and just wait for the next day. And I just quickly came to realize that that's not the type of life that I wanted for myself or for my family. It wasn't fair to us. And so, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what options I had. I thought I was stuck. So my wonderful wife actually, on her own accord, went and visited a recruiting station and got some literature, brought it home to me. My first reaction was probably one of horror. I was like, no, I would never join the Army. And thanked her for her efforts, but basically kind of dismissed that career path. She kept the literature, however. We just put it under the bed, and a few years later I was continuing to feel the same way. Enjoying being a dentist, but just not happy with my career path as it was. And so we pulled all the literature out and looked it over and decided as a family that this was the path that we wanted to choose. And so I contacted a recruiter in Utah, a medical recruiter, and he gave us all the information that we needed. It was very helpful. Army recruiters are great. I don't just say that because that's what I do right now, but they were very attentive. We did pursue other branches but didn't get a response from them, so I was grateful for him and helped us to get started. Now when I joined the Army, I didn't really know what to expect. You'll watch movies and television shows and you see people crawling under barbed wire and shooting everything, and I just didn't know what an Army dentist did. And the recruiter, he set up a visit with an Army clinic at Fort Lewis in Washington, and I got to see a little bit more about how an Army dental clinic worked, and I was very happy with that. It's a group type practice, which was wonderful. Those of you that may be private practitioners or considering going into solo practice, there's a lot of stressors in that as well, because the buck stops with you. And there's really nobody you can consult with on a daily basis if you have questions or you need second opinions. And being a part of a group practice where we're all on the same team and the same goals, those being to serve our soldiers and their families and make sure they're healthy, make sure those soldiers are ready to fight the fight for our country. That's what our goal is. There's no competition. And when you have a question, a second opinion, you can just go to your colleagues, share ideas, decide together what the best treatment is for these patients. We don't have to worry about insurances and things like that. We can do what we know is best for our patients, which is wonderful. I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed access to having specialists as well. If you have a case where you feel a little bit like you're over your head, you can go to these specialists and have them help you out as well. So there's a great camaraderie, there's a great team effort with a common goal, and I love making friends with these people. When I went to Fort Belvoir, my very first duty station in Virginia, I worked as a dentist for about 1.5 years. And then I was selected for a residency training program in Fort Hood, Texas, which was fantastic. I learned how to do some procedures that I'd always wanted to do but never had the time, or in some cases, didn't want to spend that extra money to learn how to do those, but I got that residency training for free. I got a master's degree through that program for free. The Army is big on education. If you want to learn, they're going to provide you with the resources to help you learn and become the best practitioner that you can be. Loved my time as a resident, and then when I graduated, I was able to get my board certification and then moved to New York and worked as a dentist. I was actually the officer in charge of a clinic we were in charge of about 14,000 soldiers on the base there at Fort Drum. I was in charge of a group of about 60 civilians and dentists where we treated these people, and it was a great experience as well. I was offered an opportunity after a while to come work as a medical recruiter, which, coming full circle, I was so grateful for my medical recruiter that helped me get into this, and now I had an opportunity to pay it forward. And another reason why I was grateful for that is because I understood, and I do understand, the value of having qualified, dedicated professionals treating our families and our soldiers. My son had a serious medical condition while I was going through my residency in Texas, which was life-threatening, and he was in the hospital for a couple weeks, had a couple surgeries, and just, you know, if you're a parent, and we all love our children, your world just kind of stops spinning when you're in a situation like that, and you lose, your only focus is on your child and their well-being. And my son had a team of professionals, doctors that worked tirelessly to get him healthy again and to get him back into the things that he enjoyed. So I'll always be forever grateful for their effort, and I understand the value of having, you know, dedicated, qualified professionals to treat our families. And so, am I happy with my decision? Absolutely. Has it been easy? No, it has not. Certainly there's some things that are challenging being in the Army, but the benefits in my mind, having seen both sides of the fence, far outweigh the cons of being in the Army, and I wouldn't change my decision for anything. So if you're on the fence and you don't know what to do, I would highly recommend, as a professional to a professional or a future professional, I would highly recommend joining the Army. You won't regret it. It's the best decision I've made in my career.